Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone out there in the virtual world. My name is Snake, and welcome back to another episode of A Coffee Break with Snake. Today we're joined by Sk0l. Hello. First
Hey,
of all,
how's it going?
I want to say congratulations on the rapid success of your channel. I remember a wee while ago I checked, and you had roughly about 5,000 subscribers, and now
Yeah,
you've just skyrocketed up to something like 16,000, I think, just over that now.
yeah, 60. Yeah, 60.
But I want to touch on the content that you post on your channel, stuff like news videos and stuff like that there. And you seem to be
Mhm.
hyping out, I think there was a day where you posted like 5 videos just about news in general. Does it ever get
Yeah.
difficult to find motivation to get these videos out there and to edit them and get them out on time?
Um, no, there's no, how do I say? I don't really have a motivation to do it. I just kind of do it because I like to do it. Really, that's pretty much it. But I feel like the hardest part would have to be finding the news, the motivation to find news to talk about. Definitely that would be the
Yeah.
harder part.
Just in Rec Room in general, what got you into Rec Room? What reeled you in?
So I have a friend by the name of Sk0l. He goes by many like names, and he made Gravity Pulse. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that map before, of Gravity Pulse. He essentially got me into VR because it was a free VR game on PlayStation, and he had a PSVR at the time, and he was telling me about it, and he was like, "Oh, you gotta get Rec Room, you gotta get Rec Room." So he convinced me to, he convinced me to buy a
Okay.
PSVR, and yeah, now here I am playing Rec Room.
And was content creation on VR always something that you wanted to do, or was YouTube something that came on further down the line?
So I've always wanted to do the basic concept of content creation or being a YouTuber was always like was a goal of mine ever since I was young. But it being primarily VR or Rec Room was kind of just what came later down the line and how I think it's pretty much going to go for the entirety I do YouTube for. Like, I don't even know where I'll be in the next few years. You know what I mean? So we'll
Yeah.
see, but I'm probably always going to do some form of YouTube in a way. Something like that.
And I'm sure you know of BVR. Sure you guys
Mhm.
know of BVR as well. He done a series called Rec Room Weekly, which eventually turned into Rec Room Roundup. Did you ever get compared to BVR since he was sort of the person who was more so known for doing Rec Room news?
Yeah, he kind of popped up out of nowhere. It was kind of cool, but yeah, I get a lot of people comparing me to him. You know, they just call me like the faster BVR, the BVR that uploads, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But he's cool.
Do you ever think of switching to his style? Because I see in your news videos you would either record it in a community map or a featured room or rec center or
Mhm.
your dorm room. Do you ever think you would switch to the sort of style of having your own office and delivering news in said office or studio?
I feel like that itself is smart, I guess, for a studio recording room. But the reason kind of why I like going into community made rooms is because people will then how do I say? It's better to be in more community rooms because then people have more to look at when you're talking. And on top of that, people would then relate to the video and be like, hey, maybe they've been to that map before. You know what I mean? Like they'll be like, I've been to that map before. Like they'll leave a comment and stuff. Like it's better to be in community made rooms just in general because it
Yeah.
helps the audience and retention and stuff like that. It's whatever. It's whatever. A bunch of YouTube stuff.
And I've seen on the channel you've started streaming a lot more, and a lot more streams have started to come out a lot more frequently. Is there any plans to switch over to Twitch and do what sort of both I does with streaming at Twitch and YouTube at the same time? Or is there any plans to switch over to Twitch for mainly streaming and then do content creation on YouTube?
Um, Well, that's kind of an interesting one. I've never really thought about switching to Twitch because there's not really a big rec room community on Twitch, if you will. So me streaming in general is very rare, but me streaming on Twitch will probably never happen unless Rec Room some sort of if it blows up on Twitch, I'll probably start doing it more. But if there's no community there on Twitch, I'm not gonna do it because it's just a waste of time. Like there might as well be no point in trying to grow off of Twitch. Honestly, there's no
Yeah.
point.
So, with you saying that Rec Room isn't very popular on Twitch, that leads me on perfectly to my next question. Is there any plans on branching out and making more content on other VR games?
Um, well, definitely might happen soon. Definitely might happen soon because
Oh.
Record's been kind of dry on the content recently. So if I have like nothing to post, I'm gonna want to post some other stuff. I feel like if it was likely, the game I would branch out to would most likely be some sort of social game, like a VR chat maybe, stuff like that. Like I would go out to not really more say specifically PvP and multiplayer games, but more social hangout games rather than games that require your immediate attention 24/7. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
something like that. I would switch to that.
So let's touch on the video partner program. I remember a while ago, your words was you wanted to clean up your act to be able to be eligible for the partner creator program, or the video partner program. Sorry. Would you be able to explain what you mean by that, and elaborate a wee bit more on that?
So a while ago, I used to be a YouTuber who would make funny moments. A lot of people came from that as I was a very how do I say, of iDubbbz, Max Mofo, and anything from like that type of humor was what I was trying to go for, right? And sort of like Too Mad as well, like the bigger YouTubers in that genre of YouTube and stuff like that. But Rec Room just honestly is not ready, or was never prepared to have that type of humor inside the game or be mainstream. So to prevent myself from getting into sort of conflict and drama, right, I was like, I gotta start acting right. Like I gotta put my act on, and I gotta be how do I say, not really more professional about YouTube, but more how do I say, just nicer and kinder in general. You know what I mean? So there's that, and then one of the bigger motivations were definitely the video partner and stuff like that. And I was like, it would be so cool to have just a little verification badge and be sent free stuff from Rec Room. Like, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? who wouldn't want that? So it would be amazing to see if I can get in. But I've been trying to do this for a few months now. I've been doing good. Like I've been stopping all my not old habits, but all my bad old habits and stuff like that I used to have. And I think I'm doing pretty well, but if I don't get into this video partner, I think I'm just going to do a complete 180 and just start doing like leak videos and stuff like that. So it's pretty much just like my status on the entire terms. And when I say I'm trying to, what was the quote you used? I forgot the quote you used.
Clean up your act.
Clean up my act. Yeah, there we go.
Do you think if the applications came back around, you'd be eligible this time? Do you think you would be able to get that little verification tick?
Yeah, I mean, there's no rules that I violate, you know what I mean? Other than the only rule that I think would have the biggest problem would be you know how they still decide if you're a good fit or not? You know what I mean? Like just from your reputation alone. I feel like that would have to affect a big part of it. But I've been like, we'll see how it works out.
And with the video partner program, do you think this would definitely help out with things on the channel?
The extra, what I'm planning to do is the, how do I say, what really comes with the the partner program is the revenue and like the features that you get to have. The features I'm gonna love. I'm gonna enjoy. I can't wait to be like a beta tester for stuff. That would be sick and like great if I could beta test things. But with the revenue part of video partner, I think I'm going to first off start paying my mods. That's definitely one thing I'm going to start doing with that money, because you'll get it once a month, so I'll just pay my mods once a month with some of the money that I get from that. And then I'll also just have like another source of income coming in and stuff like that. So I feel like it would help, but I don't know what it's going to help with specifically yet. You know what I mean? Basically that.
Speaking of stuff on the channel, I think this is quite a frequently asked question. I'm not sure. Merch. Is there any plans to write some Sk0l merch?
To be honest, I would love to because I have like good designs, but I can't find like a website that would be willing to. I feel like I'd want to grow more. Definitely more merch would come definitely more around 50,000 to 100,000 in my YouTube journey. Yeah. Something like that. I'd have to be a lot bigger to be able to release merch like that.
For merch, what kind of products and designs are we thinking for eventual releases?
So I'm gonna have you know those suckers that babies suck on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one of those. Yeah. I'm gonna also have underwear as well. Socks, definitely. That's honestly, I think I might just include shorts as well. I might just call it a day, and that might just be it. That might just be it. the little baby sucker thingy, and then some underwear, and some socks, and some shorts and stuff like that. Stuff like the simple stuff. But
I mean, I don't know
stuff
about
like
you,
that.
but you know, a skull tank top, I would go pretty hard. I don't know about you.
A school tank top, that would
look
be
pretty
bad.
good.
That would
Skull
look
tank
pretty
tops and
good.
skull shorts.
I would probably
good
make
for
it like
summer.
a really like how do I say, fitted tank top, fitted tank top. So like it shows your how do I say, not really your muscles, but just your like generic body features more, something like that.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
With different videos I've seen you putting out on your main channel, some of them have been more frequently about Rec Room Studio, which is obviously, if people don't know, it's a new program that Rec Rooms came out with, partnered up with Unity to create more realistic maps and have better, basically make Rec Room better in a sense, because there's only so much detail that you can add with the Maker Pen. What are your thoughts on Rec Room Studio and the whole thing in general?
So Rec Room Studio is going to go either one of two ways. There's one thing that I really learned about Rec Room Studio right now is that I don't want to like say that this is confirmed, this is factual, but we may lose our PlayStation port for Rec Room because of Rec Room Studio.
Yeah.
So I like Rec Room Studio. I think it's going to be a great thing for maps in the future, blah, 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 blah. I feel like my generic opinion is out there. I like it. I support it fully. But what I've heard is Sony, or PlayStation in general, doesn't like Unity or game engines and stuff like that players can use and stuff. That's why they don't have certain games like Roblox or anything like that. And that's why they just have Rec Room, because Rec Room doesn't have that. And, once Rec Room finally adds Rec Room Studio is basically just Rec Room Unity. And once PlayStation finds out that Rec Room Studio is on that game, right, I don't think Sony's going to be very happy about that. So I feel like there is going to either be very little support for Rec Room Studio for PlayStation, or unless the developers have found some sort of loophole around that. Like there's going to be how do I say this without making it all confusing? Let me say my first point first. So so PlayStation doesn't like Unity, so we might lose PlayStation or get a separate version of Rec Room for PlayStation, which may or may not happen. I've heard that, and that's like a community whispers, if you will. Yeah, I like Rec Room Studio.
Don't worry.
Basic, yeah. It's a good application and stuff, but I definitely do feel like there's going to be some ouchies that we might get from it and stuff like that, from just in general with Rec Room and stuff. So we'll wait and see. We just gotta wait and see, but that's just kind of what I'm predicting, is that we might lose one of our ports for the game. We'll see their way around that.
And do you think you would ever use Rec Room Studio to create like hangout maps, or like you said, you want to if Rec Room drives up, you want to switch to VR side, the more so like social hangouts? Do you ever think you would make like social hangout maps, or maybe like a Sk0l Clubhouse map?
I would probably do it with like a collaboration between me and all my friends. Like I can only see myself building if it's like with Magma. You know what I mean? Like I don't build a lot, so I'd probably just build with Magma or something like that. But I definitely could see myself putting in the work to make a map with Rec Room Studio. But it would have to be like in collaboration with other Rec Room YouTubers or friends and stuff. Not myself, not me by myself.
Rec Room has changed as a whole over these past couple of weeks. And one thing that is very, very controversial with the whole community is the Rec Room Weekly, because they switched it to what people are now calling it the Rec Room Monthly. So what are your thoughts on this whole switch to the delay of the skins being piped out?
Well, that's a very good question. For me, it's a good thing and a bad thing for me. I mean, obviously we're losing our weekly skin, and I found it incredibly stupid that we only have it for 1 week out of the entire month, and then we don't have a weekly the entire month. That's so crazy to me. I don't know why we just don't have the same one over and over and over again. It makes no sense. Anyways, that in itself is making me lose weekly content. Like I'm losing. That's a new feature that I'm losing. You know what I mean? I can't make a video about that anymore. So yes, it sucks, but since they're not constantly updating it and they're going to change it to a different weekly system, that means that there's going to be a weekly challenges update, which is going to do numbers once I make that a video. So I mean, it's how do I say, very bittersweet in a way for how it's going.
let's paint a quick picture here before we wrap things up. So, Rec Room reach out to you, right? This is all hypothetical. Rec Room reach out to you. They say, Sk0l, anything at all you want either changed or added in the Rec Room, but only one thing. What are you adding or changing?
Oh man, can it be anything? Anything at all?
Anything. Absolutely anything.
That's interesting. Honestly, if I don't already have my verification badge, I would be like, give me video partner. You know, pretty much. But if I had it, yeah. If I had it then, I would probably add weeklies back. Honestly, I would be like, change it so we at least have like some sort of weekly skin every week for all the players and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I feel like one part of me is like what they need to work on requires there to be no weeklies. But I feel like it's kind of dumb that we don't have weeklies regardless. I feel like that should be a given. You know what I mean? I feel like we shouldn't be able to lose that feature. It sucks, but it's whatever. I'm still on about that question. My bad, guys. You guys asked me that like a few minutes ago.
Well, Sk0l, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. If you guys want to see an interview with RCL Man, be sure to click right here. Be sure to check out Sk0l's channel right here. If you guys want to see any future interviews or any future short films we're planning on doing, be sure to subscribe right here. If you guys want to see any other people on the show, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. I've been Snake.
And I've been Sk0l.
I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.